What's happening, guys? We're at Tony Johnson's place checking out one of his race bikes. Tony's probably still faster than you at 60. He's been racing since he was a little kid, over 50 years. Was a pro level motocrosser and figured out once he got it later in life. He knows his shit with these bikes. He's also a mechanic. He builds these bikes and races them, and has been for decades. Holy shit. There's a little smoking pile of rubber over here. Wow. Look at that. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Woo! Filling the jungle with sound. Ain't that America? God bless America. God damn. That thing is fast. See you up there. I couldn't see that much of that because there was so much smoke pouring off the tire. I couldn't see until we got 100 yards up the road. Holy shit. Oh man, I fat fingered the camera. Man, if that don't get your blood flowing, you might be dead.
Hey, that shit was fun.
Hell yeah.
It's a little cold this morning. The road just ain't sticking too good.
Hey, you know what is sticking good? The rocks are sticking to your tires, man.
Tires hot, but boy, it got a little loose right there.
Yes.
I had to collect it real quick.
I thought you did that on purpose.
Well, I didn't want to get too far offside the road over there. It might not be fun in the ditch.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, you were.
Yeah, you see, I had to collect it.
Unfortunately, I fat fingered the camera at that point. I don't know if I caught that part of it, but I caught you from here up. Love the paint job on this. This is looks like a candy apple red.
Candy apple red.
Boy, it just shines in the sun, man. Polished aluminum wheels and swing arm. How long have you had this one, Tony?
Shoot, about 10 years or so.
10 years. Now this is a Hayabusa, right?
Hayabusa.
What year is this one?
It is a 07.
And what type of racing are you doing with this?
I do an index racing, like 550s, 540s through the 8 mile, 5 flats.
Very cool. Now you've got different bikes for different types of racing. You got a grudge bike too, right? Which we saw earlier on the last video in the trailer. That's the big money bike, right?
That's just a grudge. All you do is grudge for money.
Yep.
You don't show nobody no times or nothing.
Yeah.
It's just a money bike.
Yep. So, do you have a favorite of all the race bikes you have?
This is my baby right here.
That's why I broke this one out. You're really comfortable on it, huh?
This is my favorite motorcycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is.
So tell us a little about the mechanics of this one. A stock, it was
actually stock. It's a 1299 cc, and that's punched out to a 1441. It has Corilla rods, back cut, undercut transmission. It has some bigger camshafts in it, some head work. It has nitrous on it. But I haven't used it.
Yeah, you have used it? Or?
I have used it, but not today.
You'd fly off the top of the hill if you did that.
That thing's pretty fast.
You don't have enough room.
On motor.
Wow. You built this motor yourself too, didn't you?
I did.
You've been a mechanic for your whole life, right?
I've been a mechanic. I started working on motorcycles in 1979 professionally.
So that's 41 years.
And I worked on them as a kid, you know, growing up, learning how to get my own motorcycles running.
So you've been building these motors for decades, literally.
Decades, yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And this is your favorite one. The Hayabusa's always been real popular.
Bike. Hayabusa is my favorite bike.
What is your grudge bike? Is that a Hayabusa?
It is a Hayabusa. It's a Gen 2, which this is a Gen 1. The last year they made the Gen 1 was in 07. The Gen 2 come out in 08.
Yep. So do you ride this on the road too for pleasure?
Street legal.
Street legal.
Yes, sir.
What is she pulling in the eighth and the quarter roughly?
In the eighth, it runs like 550s. In the quarter, I've run some 867s.
Jesus, that's moving on a street legal bike.
Yeah. Yes.
What are your trap speeds at?
The eighth mile's like 137, right in that area. And the quarter mile, it runs around, you know, 170, 160, 170.
That's absolutely moving.
Yeah.
Things happen fast at that
For a
speed.
street bike, it's fast.
A street legal, reliable too. Now, a bike like this, you can ride this.
I can ride it anywhere as I want to ride it.
Yep, you built it to last. And how many passes can you do before you got to do a top end or go into motor?
I've run this bike now probably about 4 years.
Hundreds of passes. Hundreds of passes. So you put all the right parts in there. What about clutches? You go through clutches?
No, I got a good clutch system. I got an MPC clutch system in it with a lockup. I run the OEM stock clutches. That's the best clutch out there.
They can take a beating.
Take a hard beat.
That's awesome. What about your chains and sprockets? You running
Chains and sprockets, yeah. That's a 530. That's a drag race chain.
Yep.
It's a non-O-ring chain, but it'll last as long as you keep them lubed good.
Yep.
You have no problem with them.
What about the wheels and tires? What do you recommend
CCR
running?
rims.
CCRs.
Yeah.
Nice. And the swing arm, is that a hand-built custom stretch?
This is a this is a hardcore swing arm.
Hardcore.
Hardcore makes a swing arm.
Very cool.
It's actually a grudge arm. It's a thicker arm than most of them. Most of them are a lot thinner.
Yep.
This one's a lot stronger.
And I see those custom
It's got
rear
a
sets.
Voodoo Sidewinder exhaust.
Oh yeah, sounds absolutely incredible, man. That burnout whole shot was awesome. Well, we really appreciate you bringing this out. Now we're looking forward to seeing you at the track. This is how many years you've been racing motorcycles? I said 50 years. Is that about right?
Racing motorcycles. Actually, I've been racing motorcycles since I was 5 years old.
So I was off.
Motocross.
55 years.
Yeah, motocross.
Are you 60? You're 60, right?
60 years old.
Yep.
In 1983 was my last motocross race, but I already started getting into drag bike racing in like 79, 80, 1980 or so.
Yep. Love the helmet, man. That's pretty badass. Did you get that paint job put on there or
On this bike?
on the helmet?
No, it's custom painted by the dealer.
It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Really nice. Very cool. So what are your plans for this year? Are you chasing points?
We're going to run the Man Cup for the points.
Try to win the
They run
championship?
6 races. The first race being Orlando, Florida. It'll be the first race.
When is that going off?
That's going off in next, I'd have to look back and
It's
see. the date.
Orlando Speed World, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes,
well,
sir.
we're hoping to hook up with you. We're heading back to the museum for an auction the 12th, 13th, 14th. Christy and I want to be back down here by the 20th to see the Orlando Supercross. Then we'll be down here till probably March 15th, end of bike week. So hopefully we can. I want to go to a race with you and
Yes,
document
that'd be
the
a lot
whole,
of fun.
whole
You'll
thing.
enjoy it. You'll really enjoy
That'd
it.
be awesome. Are you gonna be running this one?
I run 3 different bikes while I'm there.
How many years you been running this one?
This bike here, I've been racing it now for about 6 years, 7 years.
And you've been running the boosters for how long?
The boosters, I've been riding them since they come out. 1988 was the first year of the booster.
So over 30 years.
First year of the booster, yes, was, let's see, 2007. First year of the booster, it seems like it was 99.
So 21 years, over 20 years you've been racing boosters,
yes.
and you got 8 years under your belt in this one. So when you dump the clutch on this, you know exactly how it's going to react. And, and you probably don't. It's almost second nature, I guess, like walking.
Is. Once you ride so many years, you can pretty well know what you're doing. I can feel it in the seat. Your butt is really your driving of a motorcycle, just like in a race car or anything.
Yep.
You really feel it in the seat.
Now, Tony's been racing motorcycles forever. We also race cars too, right?
I do.
And you got a special treat for us today, don't you?
Yes. Got my new car, just broke out. Picked it up yesterday.
This is one you've been working on for years, right?
For about 4 years now, it's been in the shop. It's a Fox body Mustang. It's a X275 car. It runs a big block. It's gonna run a small tire, 10.5-inch tire car.
That's awesome. Let's you want to share it with
Yes, sir.
the viewers? All right, stay tuned, guys. We got a badass Fox body Mustang to show you. Nice.
I still ain't got the feel of this bike yet. I mean, I just bought it.
Yeah. Wow, look at this thing. Looks like it's got a full cage. All I can smell in here is race fuel. Is this that MRX02, the oxygenated fuel?
Oh, yeah.
It smells great, man.
Everywhere you go around here, you're going to smell it.
You don't even need Red Bull. Just a couple whiffs of that, man.
You just come in and whoop out a few times, you're ready to go.
That's better than Red Bull.
Look at them wheels.
Wow.
Burnout. The rims on them.
So give us a rundown. What you got here?
This right here, it's an X275 car. It should run some, we can run probably, it just depends what motor we put in it, but this car is capable of running some fast numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably runs some, like it sits right now, it'll probably run 550s, 530s with the motors in it. That's
Almost as fast as your car, as your bike.
Yes, sir. Yeah, but the motor that we have to go in it, we're gonna put in it later. It should go down in the 4s.
How many horsepower you figure she's putting down?
Well, we're gonna put twin turbos on it, which we're trying to make like 2,000 horses.
So it's got a big block in here.
It's got a big block in it.
Mm-hmm. Wow. How many cubic inch?
This motor in here is not but a 509. The motor we put in is a 632.
That's the exhaust right there, huh?
Yes, that's bull horns.
Nice, nice.
Comes out each side. Yep. It turned out good. Now we got to clean the inside of it.
These notch bikes are real popular for drag racing, right? This is the lightest one they made, right?
It is. It's probably one of the best working cars out there. Because you go to the big races like in Valdosta or wherever you go, you see more Mustangs than you see anything.
I've got an '87 GT that I've had since 1990.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's a fine car too.
Yeah, I kept it real nice. It's only got 65,000 miles.
Oh yeah.
I bought it with like 12,000, and it looks like a show car. It's super clean.
Yeah, that's a good car.
I don't take it out in the snow or nothing.
I love them, boy. I love the Mustangs. I just like anything to do with racing. You know, really, I do.
It's not built like this one. Mine's got the stock 302 in it, but it's fun to drive. You know, go around town.
Is it a 5-speed car?
It's a 5-speed. Yep, standard. Yep. I put 355 gear set in it, SVO off-road exhaust, a cold air intake, bunch of other doodads, and some sticky tires.
Pipes on it and all that.
Yeah. So it sounds faster than it is.
It is. That's one of the best sounding around. Is that doggone the actual? To me, is the Fords have the best sound.
It sounds like a muscle car from the '60s. You know.
can tell them anywhere you hear them. You can tell them.
So tell us about what's under here. Do you want, or is this you got to stay hidden till the race day?
That's the grudge bike. It's good. No, we ain't uncovered. That's one of the grudge bikes. We own a couple of them, really.
This was my favorite of all the bikes you had. This thing is just absolutely stunning. Now, that jacket right there says Tony on the front. On the back says a Hitman. How'd you end up with that name?
The boys always called me Hitman. I told them, I said, it ain't because, I'm the quickest. It's because I hit the concrete worse and harder than anybody else. So they call me Hitman.
And you got the OG old gangster graphic on here. That's straight up badass. I don't know if the camera is going to do the paint job justice, but this is really a world-class paint job. This bike's almost like too pretty to be on. It's too nice to fit and finish on it. Like if you look at the air shifter, the rear sets, the chain, the swing arm, the engraving on it's just absolutely freaking beautiful. Every square inch of it is all custom built, handmade, or machined. It's just freaking awesome. And Tony won't talk too much about the motor because of the style of racing, right?
That's exactly right. It's fast. I can tell you it's fast. What's the door?
What?
It's fast. I can tell you it's fast.
Is that the stock gauge package on there?
That is.
Yep.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Yep.
I think things probably happen to.
It has a computer and stuff on it also for the nitrous and all. It has progressive timer and all on it.
Do you even use the gauges, or is it going happening too fast to even look at
I
them?
I just put them back on because I think they look cool on there.
Oh, they
the
look cool.
original Gauges,
But when you're racing, you don't look down, do you?
No.
You're too busy looking
No,
forward.
everything's on timers and stuff anyway because it's shifting, it's doing everything. You just ride.
So how long did it take you to build this bike, and how long you been racing this one?
I